welcome to the fourth episode of the Sideline podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Perez, alongside
Francisco Marinas, and let's get straight into it.
Week 2 was an insane week of upsets. We had some major upsets.
The underdogs.
Bottom of the barrel teams beating championship contenders. Starting off with the first game of the week, the 49ers versus the Vikings.
Sam Darnold legacy game.
That's what I'm saying. And Aaron Jones, even with a fumble at the goal line, they still got it done by a touchdown. What a great game overall. No. And the Justin Jefferson 98-yard touchdown. Gotta talk about that for a second.
Ooh, fantasy managers loathing. Not loathing them, they're happy.
It was a perfect game for the Vikings.
For the Vikings.
For the Vikings.
For the 49ers, it was just a travesty, like a disaster. Terrible game for them.
Deebo Samuel went down.
Yeah.
Well, Christian McCaffrey's been out. This is like the worst possible start for the season. To the season for the 49ers.
Mason's showing some promise, though, Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason is one of the few bright spots on the team right now. Ayuk hasn't been showing up.
Yeah, but Ayuk, he's going to get more target shares now that probably Kittle's not going to play.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel's going to be out.
That Kittle's questionable as well.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
So, not the best game for 49ers fans,
but Vikings getting it done at home.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Great. And let's just move on real quick because I love this next game. The Seahawks versus the Patriots. What happened?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We could have sealed the bag. If our field goal unit knew how to block, bro, how that would have sealed the game. We would be 2-0 up to that point. And yeah. We played a great game up until the fourth quarter where we just absolutely collapsed. Let DK Metcalf eat. Let Tyler Lockett eat. Let, what's his name, Najigba eat too. Everyone was eating like it was a buffet.
The cope is crazy.
Yeah.
You need to block a field goal to win the game. You shouldn't have won that game. You're putting the entire loss on the fact that your team couldn't block a field goal.
No, not that my team couldn't block a field goal. That we let a field goal be blocked in crunch time.
Oh, that too. I didn't watch this game. I'm not gonna lie.
This is my co-podcaster. Doesn't watch every single game.
Probably just didn't see it on Red Zone. I had Red Zone on my phone, but didn't see that. But moving on, the most low-stake game of the week. The Giants versus the Commanders. The Commanders got it done by a field goal in a game that they didn't score a single touchdown.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. The kicker got how many fantasy points? Like 30 or something?
Probably.
Oh, my God.
I can't tell you the exact number, but that was over 25 for sure.
Yeah.
The Giants, 3 touchdowns.
Malik Neighbors. Great
3 touchdowns. Didn't convert on a single field goal after the touchdown, a single 2
because they went for 2 every single time. That was so dumb.
They didn't convert in the 2-point conversions. I don't know what was going on with the Giants.
I mean, it's the Giants though. Like they're just bad. They'll find out any way to be bad. Like,
yeah, just Giants doing Giants things. Moving on pretty quickly, the Chargers versus the Panthers.
I mean, we all knew the Panthers were gonna get blown out. Like
after week 1, we all saw it coming.
Yeah, you beat up a little girl. Yeah, congrats. Like.
Yeah, I take back my word. I remember first episode of this podcast, I said the Panthers are going to start off the season 3-0. Not looking so good. Andy Dalton is starting now.
The red hair.
I said Bryce Young was going to start doing good this season. He got benched. He's
going to start passing out water bottles to his teammates. Not going to be a good career for him if he keeps this up.
No, it's not going to be a good career for him if he stays on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Just send him to the Raiders, bro. He'll do better over there.
Honestly, the way things are heading out over there, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. But overall, the Chargers had a great game. Another great game by J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah. But he's gonna be injured by week 5, so it doesn't really matter.
He doesn't exist. He doesn't
exist. Yeah.
Moving on to the shocker of the week, I guess we could say. The Saints keep on putting up 40 bombs, putting 44 on the Cowboys, winning by 25.
The plot armor just wasn't strong enough.
Saints plot armor, Derek Carr is not going to lose the opportunity for a free Kendrick Lamar concert in his hometown.
That's all I got to say. I chose the Cowboys. I'll wear my clown hat.
I said I had a feeling the Saints were going to win. I went against that feeling, and look what happened. Saints won by 25. Chris Olave is still barely a part of the offense.
But that's the thing. They're winning by so much they don't have to pass the ball to him.
But still, a team's putting up 44 points, and with it 2 weeks in a row. And within this 2 weeks, you have a combined 14 fantasy points.
I'll still trade for him right now. Like, once the game starts getting closer and they have to pass it to him, he's going to do way better.
And Rashid Shaheed is the wide receiver 1 right now.
He's only gotten like 4 targets per game, though.
Yeah, but he's getting all the touchdowns.
But once it start getting, like, I'll trade for him in all my leagues. He's one of those guys that you should buy low.
But moving on, Malik Willis leading the Packers to a win versus the Colts, who looked awful. There's no other way to put it.
I doubted Malik Willis. I talked so much smack. Like, I did.
I think we all did, though. That's not.
I called him a high school JV football player, and he proved me wrong. But
I said Anthony Richardson was gonna cook the defense.
He got cooked by the defense.
Yeah, I think it was 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Horrible game by Anthony Richardson. Send him to the G League.
The G League? Don't you mean the XFL?
Nah, G League.
The G League.
He needs to switch up sports.
Oh, okay.
No, but in all seriousness, Anthony Richardson just didn't look himself. And Micah Pittman is not being used as he should.
Nah.
Throughout, Jonathan Taylor didn't do as good as he should have.
I mean, he was
one of the few bright spots on the team, but he didn't do great.
That good, yeah.
Let's look at the stats real quick. Because let's see how many
statistical
analysis.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor did get 100 yards though, and he got 8.6 yard.
This is the Colts, okay.
Yards per attempt. That's really good. Like, really good. I underestimated how good he did this game.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, he did do really good.
He just couldn't find the end zone.
Yeah, so it looked lower on him.
Yeah.
But those were a quiet 100 yards. You didn't really notice it.
Nah, not really, no.
It felt like more like a 60-yard game.
Yeah, he's just like a workhorse.
You only had 12 carries, though. You can't call a 12-carry game a workhorse.
I mean, 8.6 yards per attempt is like...
But that's not the definition of workhorse. If we're talking technically.
I don't really care. Okay.
Shout out Mr. Llanos. Technicalities.
Okay, next game. Browns versus Jaguars.
I told you, bro. The Jaguars are just overrated.
Overrated? How? No one rates them that highly.
Well, everybody before the season thought they were going to make the playoffs. I was the only one saying they weren't even going to sniff the playoffs.
I think they could still make the playoffs.
I don't think they're going to be anywhere near the playoffs. This is the team you need. Pretenders. They've been pretenders since the start.
Nah.
And I'll back that.
So you're just going to like shy away how Brian Thomas got only 2 receptions and he got basically
the only bright spot on that team. Travis Etienne hasn't been doing great. Christian Kirk, let's not even talk about him. I could have gotten Brock, which, to be fair, with how he's been doing, would have been an upgrade.
But I mean, you're forgetting that they don't have Evan Ingram, they don't have Tank Bigsby. They're still like
how are half your players getting hurt pregame? That shouldn't be happening. That just speaks to bad coaching staff or like training staff. Yeah, speaks of bad staff overall, bad warm ups.
I had both of them on my fantasy team.
Yeah, horrible stuff.
God damn it, Evan Ingram.
All right, next up, let me go real quick, will be the Jets and the Titans.
Yeah, the Jets.
The game was a lot closer than it should have been.
Jets are still better, though. That's the whole reason why they won.
But if you have to rely on Breece Hall taking over and telling Aaron Rodgers, I'll be open, you better pass it to me, then come on. They beat the Titans by 1 touchdown. That's the game they should be winning by. Or it should be more of a blowout than a 1 touchdown game.
The Titans are sneaky good, though.
The Titans are not sneaky good, though.
Apparently, if it's a 1 touchdown game.
Okay, it's just the Jets are also being extremely overrated this season.
How? Oh my god! Yeah,
reminded me of that one voice crack.
That was not as big as the last one.
I know, but it just reminded me of it. But okay. First of all, the defense, it's been solid. That's like a bright spot on the team. Other than the 49ers game, because they were on defense the entire time. Defense didn't catch a break because the offense was horrific. This game, they should have scored 31 points. 38 points. The Titans defense is not great. They don't have anyone great on their team. They don't have. I don't know the. I can't talk. The Jets should have gone crazy this game. This was a game they should have taken over in. They should have carried the momentum onto week 2, which they did, but they still stuck with 24 points in week 3.
However, they got to win. Nothing else matters but the win.
But I'm just saying, this is not a team I could look at and say they're a Super Bowl contender anymore. At the beginning of the season, you could have convinced me they're a Super Bowl contender. Not anymore.
I could. I'm very good at convincing people.
Next up, a team that I said was going to overperform. I said they were going to lose by 1, but they won 20-16. The Buccaneers versus the Lions.
Chris Godwin outperforming Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, still the wide receiver 1.
Yeah, still the wide receiver 1, but Chris Godwin, woof.
That's okay. We were just talking about this before the podcast. Godwin is one of those guys that you have to trade right now.
Yeah.
He's not going to keep this up throughout the season. Mike Evans is consistently the better receiver throughout the years. He's still getting his targets. He's still getting his receptions. Still getting his yards, his touchdowns, everything. Someone he's the main focus of that offense, not Chris Godwin.
Oh, and if you have Rashad White, trade him. He's probably the most overrated running back right now, getting like outworked by Bucky Irving.
Yeah, but before the season, we should have known. Last year, he put up an unreasonable amount of touchdowns to do again this year. That's the reason he was doing so good last year. His touchdowns.
He was super inefficient with it too.
Yeah, he wasn't getting that many yards per run. He was just getting a lot of goal line touches.
Yeah.
And this year, with what we said, he's not getting all those goal line touches anymore, and therefore underperforming.
Exactly. Yes.
Next up, another insane upset.
Woo!
The Raiders versus the Ravens.
Oh my God! What's his name? Gardner Minshew, Uncle Rico. Salute to you.
So can we talk about how? Let me try to put this nicely. Yeah, there's no way to put it nicely. Whatever. I'm gonna just wait. I'll cut this out. Can I use the word retarded?
I guess. Yeah, that really does not matter. Okay.
Because like the R word canceling, whatever. All right.
Okay, it doesn't matter. 3, 2, 1.
I gotta mention how retarded Lamar Jackson scrambling from the 60-yard line to try to on a Hail Mary attempt. Let's scramble. I'm not gonna get tackled. Let's scramble. Everybody's playing prevent. Everybody's in the end zone, but let's scramble to get the touchdown.
I mean, I don't really see what's wrong with it. Like he tried the lateral play, and like even he knows his arm isn't good. So you might as well scramble and try to do like the University of Miami miracle, just toss it around.
It's the Miami Miracle, not the University of Miami. It's everything Miami.
Nah.
You not remember the Miami Miracle versus the Patriots?
Do you remember the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game?
Do you remember the last time the Patriots didn't score a touchdown in a game?
That's not even on the same level. That's crazy. Do you remember the last time Tua wasn't concussed?
Yeah, week 1.
Oh snap! Where were we? Devontae Adams, absolute great game. People were like
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers might be a tight end 3 by the end of the season.
Yeah, maybe not top 3, but top 5 for sure.
Who's better than him right now?
Well, Mark Andrews has the potential to do better.
Potential.
Yeah,
but he's also getting
targets. Yeah, that's why I said potential. Isaiah Likely, either or, depending on who the Ravens decide to use on that specific game. Stan Laporta.
Nah.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams is taking.
He's getting neglected, but for at the moment he's getting neglected, but he could do same thing with Travis Kelce. At the moment he's being neglected, but once he starts getting his touches, he's gonna end up doing better.
For right now, I just think
David Njoku when he comes back, Evan Ingram.
I don't see. I just think that like Brock Bowers definitely like minimum.
I don't
top
think
7.
Yeah, that's what I said. Top 7, top 5. I don't think top 3.
Top 3 maybe. Well, he's been playing.
Moving up, the biggest clown pick of the week by the same person again. The Rams.
You clowned me. You laughed at me. You went ha ha ha, but now it's my turn. Ha ha ha. Cardinals.
I'm gonna put a hog right here for you.
It wasn't even a close. It's a 3 touchdown game. Wait, 1. No, not even. It was a 4 touchdown game. 4 touchdown and some change at the end.
Okay.
To
be fair, another major injury from the Rams.
To be fair, it doesn't matter. You got blown out by 31 points.
Cooper Kupp would have changed that.
Scored 4 touchdowns?
He would have scored 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
And they would have won the game 45-41.
Nah, he's going to spend 5 weeks on the IR now.
Yeah, the Rams are my sneaky Super Bowl contender. My like second favorite team that switches up every season. Like a team that you're high on, that you really like, you're rooting for. That's not in your conference. That was the Rams for me this season.
They might finish last in the division now.
Yeah, all the injuries. It's not that there's a bad team. It's just all the injuries that keep happening. The Cooper Kupp injury, the Puka Nacua injury, the entire offensive line injury.
No one can say uninjured this year. Everyone's just like built out of sticks and stones.
I went too far.
Next game, Bengals versus the Chiefs. Robbery.
This is way too close
for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's my point.
And you got
the Chiefs should have. Let's not even talk about that. Let's pretend the flags were all fair or whatever.
Pretend, yeah.
Let's pretend like the rest were being fair. This was way too close to the Chiefs.
It wasn't It wasn't even that the Bengals did good. It was just the
Chiefs didn't do good.
Yucky, trash.
Neither did good, but the Chiefs, they won and did worse at the same time.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
I guess you could say it's expectations, but
nah, that's plot armor. Plot armor for real.
No, but I'm saying that we're saying the Chiefs underperformed, like it's worse than the Bengals.
Yeah, but they still won. That's the thing. They're plot armor.
Yeah. Next up, there's another game with super low scoring, no stakes whatsoever. The Steelers versus the Broncos.
Andrew, Steelers stole your lunch money. Just as simple as that.
You're gonna be hearing that a lot this season.
Yeah.
13-6. Not much to say here.
Broncos look terrible.
Both teams look pretty bad.
But I mean, the Steelers still got the win.
At least the Steelers scored a touchdown.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on. There's not much to talk about in that game. I keep backing out. Is the Bears versus the Texans?
Oh, my sneaky upset of the week.
He acts like he even watched the game.
I did watch the game. I did. I could tell you everything that happened.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You fell asleep. You went to sleep at like the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but there was like 2 minutes left. They weren't gonna win.
Casual.
That's crazy. Texans. Joe Mixon isn't gonna be next week.
Also, I have to shout out the Bears defense once again. That interception that they didn't call towards the Texans.
Oh my god,
bro! That was, bro. If it wouldn't have just tipped the ground,
I know.
That was such a clean pick. Just so happens that it barely touched the ground.
I mean, but Caleb Williams also looked better this game, though.
Yeah, like I was telling a couple people this week, he's showing some flashes of potential with a good offensive line.
Yeah.
He could be a good quarterback in this league. Maybe not Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's gonna be someone like top tier, but somewhere between like 8 and 12, somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in that solid starter range.
Yeah.
Above
Geno Smith, not in the Geno Smith level.
Yeah.
Somewhere like Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff.
Yeah.
People are sleeping on him to a certain extent because everybody's just saying, first overall pick, not doing good in his first 2 games. Come on.
Yeah.
Give the kid a break.
Kid. He's like 2 times.
He's still a rookie though.
Still a rookie, yeah.
Moving on. Oh my god.
Kirko! What? One time he's playing like a disabled Mikko Wiskin, and then this week
when the game is on the line, Kirk will turn his on. Bro, that was an insane game. Kirk Cousins looked like Tom Brady out there.
Oh my god. Drake London had a great game.
The Daryl Mooney touchdown. Bijan, no touchdown. Saquon, no touchdown.
I was watching the game Saquon. Who was the one that missed the easy screen pass? Was it Saquon?
Yeah, it was Saquon.
Saquon sold the game.
He would have straight up won the game if he wouldn't have dropped that pass. And
it wasn't like it was a hard pass. It was just right there. Boom, right to the chest.
The Eagles underperformed. The Falcons overperformed. And when you get that, you get a close game. In a close game, it's anybody's game.
Kirko
chains.
I'm gonna have to pick in the middle. You know why? I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
In the last game, my favorite game of the week. I'm gonna cut this part out, bro.
Alright. Alright, so 3, 2, 1.
The Jets beating the Patriots by 21 points. The Patriots scoring 0 touchdowns, only a sole field goal.
To be fair, we were not expected to do anything.
To be fair, Ramondre Stevenson had 2.7 points less in fantasy than the entire Patriots team.
Not even. He had like 0.3.
Exactly. 2.7 less.
Oh, snap. I mean, our one bright spot, Demario Douglas. He had a
the Mario Douglas legacy game.
but he did not give the Jets a run for their money. The Jets just toyed with us. They are a Super Bowl contender.
But you see what I'm saying? Look, the Jets. This was a game that they should have put up, but at the same time, they're stuck at 24 points. They're not looking like a high-powered offense at this point.
It's because our defense is sneaky underrated.
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay, the Titans' defense is underrated. They put up 24 against the Titans. They put up, I think it was 10 in week 1. Let me fact check that.
You can't even name me a single player on the Titans' defense, though.
My point.
Oh. But like the Patriots still have like some really bright spots, like Christian Gonzalez.
They haven't put up. Well, they've played teams that aren't good, bottom of the barrel, respectfully, in the Patriots and the Titans.
So a 2-0 team in the Seahawks, we almost beat them. If our special teams unit actually knows how to like block, like
you beat the Bengals, who are 0-2, and always start the year horribly every single year. This is not just this year. You lost to the Seahawks, and you didn't score a touchdown against the Jets.
You're acting like the Patriots and the Dolphins aren't gonna finish with like the same record at the end of the season.
No, because apparently Tua's coming back. I don't even know what to think about that. Like, good and bad at the same time. Yeah.
Well, dang. Hey, are you not gonna talk about the new addition? What's his name? Huntley? Travis Huntley?
No comment.
No comment. Not a real Dolphins fan.
I know who Huntley is, bro. He played for the Ravens last season. I know who he is. I just don't care for him.
You're literally just a Rams fan in disguise.
And you're just a Jets fan in disguise.
No.
There's a reason when you went to New England for a Patriots game, it was against the Jets.
And now predictions for next week.
This week.
Yeah.
Week 3 is NFL.
Yeah. Giants versus Browns, first game.
Give me the Browns. Yeah. If there's no reason to take the Giants, unless
you're sicko.
Yeah. Unless you're retarded in the head.
Unless you're like Tua. Okay, I think we should just cut that part out. There's too many like cancelable things I just said right there. Okay,
I'm gonna leave that in and just bleep out what you said.
Okay, yeah, I'm choosing the Browns too. Hopefully their defense like becomes better. I haven't really liked their defense the past 2 weeks.
But they have a great defense, on paper.
Yeah.
So eventually they're gonna start picking up. They have a few injuries, so once everybody gets healthy, they're gonna be one of the better defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, and they also have Nick Chubb coming back next week.
Yeah,
week 4.
October. Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, and the Giants are just trash.
Yeah, the Giants are horrible. They lost to the Commanders that didn't score a touchdown. I need to emphasize that. I know we already talked about it. The Commanders didn't score a touchdown, yet beat the Giants, who scored 3 touchdowns.
That's embarrassing.
I don't know how to put that into. It's just insane to me.
That's just a lack of like being good. Like, yeah, just.
And it's also a knock on how bad the Commanders are as well. And they had 7 opportunities to score a touchdown that they were on the opposite side of the field about to score, but they couldn't convert and had to.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
No, that's sad.
Like, I didn't watch it. It was like on Red Zone, so like I saw all the field goals.
So like another thing. Do you think Malik Neighbors does the same thing he did last week?
No.
No.
Against a defense like the Browns,
no.
I know they haven't done a great as of yet. They did solid last week though. They held the Jaguars to 13 points. I know the Dolphins, but that's a game you have to watch, right? Because the Dolphins, week 1 against the Jaguars, The Jaguars put up, I think it was 17 points only.
Yeah, but they were the better team.
Yeah, they were the better team throughout the night. As a Dolphins fan, I could admit
The
that.
night wasn't the game played throughout like the afternoon?
Oh my god, bro.
Mr. Yano.
Yeah, and the same thing happened here. They had a great offense, they just couldn't convert late. Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
But this week against a team like the Giants,
yeah, you can't lose.
Yeah.
If you lose, like you're a clown. It's like losing to the Pistons in the NBA. Great comparison.
It's like losing to the A's.
Yeah, absolutely. Try.
But moving on, the Eagles versus the Saints. I'll go first on this one. I'm going with the bandwagon. I'm going with the momentum. Give me the Saints to edge out this game.
Oh. Speaking about edging, the Eagles are about to edge out the Saints. Like,
you think they win?
Yes. The Saints haven't really been battle tested yet. Because we do know that the Cowboys choke under like just random circumstances.
What was there to choke in that game?
Nothing. That's the whole point. They just suck whenever. Sometimes there's like little holes in the plot armor sometimes. Like,
it's part of the plot armor.
Part of the plot armor?
You gotta lose some to win some.
Part of the script.
But look, with Derek Carr playing, like with the Kendrick Lamar concert on the line, 1 seed rest, give me the Saints to win this game.
Nah.
I think the Saints win this one. And momentum's on their side. The Eagles are coming off a loss. The Saints are coming off the best win they could have, beating the Cowboys by 4 touchdowns. Give me the Saints.
If the Saints win this week, they might be like the number 2 Super Bowl favorites.
Probably.
Behind like the Buccaneers.
Funny.
You think I'm joking?
Yeah.
You don't think the Buccaneers are Super
Bowl? But they're not the number 1.
Now, who is?
It's still the Chiefs to me. I know they have
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They're 2-0.
Nah.
They beat the Bengals, I know I said they start pretty slow. Like every season, they start off pretty bad. But at the same time, it's the Bengals. Week 1, they beat the Ravens. Come on.
I genuinely have the Buccaneers as my number 1.
I disagree.
That's my hot take.
They just beat 2 playoff contenders in their division. Like the hardest, they have rivalries with these teams. Other than the Bills are the only team left for them to run through.
That might happen, maybe not, but we'll get to that later. Next game, Texans versus Vikings.
Give me the Texans by barely anything. Like it's gonna be a close game. The Vikings have the momentum. I value momentum probably a little bit too much. Maybe that's just because I watch a lot of UFC and I value that in MMA. But I guess I transitioned that into sports, but still, both teams are 2-0, so give me the better team. But the Vikings are gonna put up a good fight.
Just give me a second to fact check this really quick. Okay, Justin Jefferson apparently is playing in this game. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
It's not a bad pick. I like the Texans overall. They have the better defense. They have I can't say they have the best X factor because the best X factor in this game is Justin Jefferson. They have the way better quarterback. I'm sorry, Sam Darnold.
No, you shouldn't even be sorry. Even he would say that. CJ Stroud is better than him.
Joe Mixon, they have the better run game. I love Aaron Jones.
Joe Mixon isn't even playing. Cam Akers is the starter.
Is Joe Mixon not back? It wasn't a bad injury.
No, Cam Akers is the projected number 1.
Oh my God, I can't type. Joe Mixon status. Joe Mixon official status revealed.
He's not playing. Cam Akers is projected 12 points.
Well, officially, okay. So that's interesting. I'll still stick with
Texans.
Yeah. If anything, Cam Akers starting might even give them an advantage because he was already with the Vikings, so he can like lead the defensive plays.
And he has terrible ball security, obviously. Like a football last week.
Look at his preseason though. He looked
preseason. No one cares about preseason.
Oh my God, bro! Preseason overreactions are the best. It's the only thing we have to base him off of, really, though. And he looked great in the preseason. I'm not even lying. He looked great.
Preseason's kind of fake, though.
That's not the point. It's the only thing we can look at him as. And he just, even with 2 Achilles injuries, he still looked super healthy, super fast. I'm not super low on Cam Akers. I think he's gonna be the reason the Texans lose the game.
If you're trying to convince me that Cam Akers will do like solid this game for them to beat the Vikings, I'm not choosing the Texans.
I'm not. That's the opposite. I'm saying he doesn't have to do solid, but he probably will.
I still think the Vikings take this. Like they take that momentum that they get from beating probably the number 3, number 2 team. Anything can happen.
I'm checking something real quick.
Anything can happen.
All right, well, moving on. Everything that needed to be said was basically said.
Vikings win. That's my would that be an upset?
Huh? Yeah, it's an upset.
Yeah, I guess that.
I think the odds are favoring the Texans by a lot, but in reality, it should be a lot closer than it actually is.
Yeah.
Next up, probably the easiest pick of the week.
Yeah, easy. Like
Buccaneers blowout. Last time I said that, the Eagles lost.
But there's just no way the Buccaneers lose to the Broncos.
I don't see Bo Nix having a legacy game. I don't see anyone on that team having a legacy game.
If the Broncos find a way to beat the Buccaneers, this is one of the greatest upsets of all time. All time.
All time?
All time.
All time is insane.
The Broncos are going to be the worst team in the NFL against probably my number 1 team in the NFL, the Buccaneers.
You're glazing the Buccaneers. There's no other way to put it.
Oh, so now I'm a secret Buccaneers fan too?
You're a secret anti-Patriots fan.
That's crazy. But yeah, there's just no way Bo Nix could do anything. And the Broncos defense, trash.
Yeah, not much to say there.
Yeah, just
a Buccaneers by however much they want.
Exactly, yeah. How much they decide to put
on. Packers versus Titans. Who you got?
I mean, I've liked the Titans, but like Malik Willis kind of proved me wrong last week. I'll take the Titans.
I'm taking the Packers. The defense. Once again, we've seen that Will Levis is irresponsible to football. He throws a lot of interceptions, has a lot of turnovers. I've loved the Packers defense so far. Xavier McKinney, Jair Alexander. I could keep on going. Just those 2 main guys. But I love the Packers defense. I think they could even get a defensive touchdown in this game. Give me the Packers by 2 touchdowns.
But I think you're forgetting that DeAndre Hopkins is starting to get into he's going to start getting into his rhythm.
I don't care about DeAndre Hopkins.
But what about like Calvin Ridley?
Okay, Calvin Ridley. He just had a good game last week, meaning he won't have a good game this week.
That's crazy. And we got Tony Pollard having great
Tony
game.
Pollard could have a good game.
Spears could also have a good game.
Give me the Packers 24-13.
Give me the Titans to win the game.
Next up, the Colts versus the Bears. Who you got?
I'm gonna take the Colts.
Yeah,
if Anthony Richardson plays good, I'll take the Colts. Yes.
See, again, I said this last week in a specific game that ended up being a 4-touchdown game. I have something is telling me to take the Bears, and once again, I'm gonna go against that.
Yeah,
and take the Colts. Hope Anthony Richardson doesn't throw another 3 interceptions and throws 3 touchdowns instead, like he did week 1. Yeah. Give me the Colts to barely win this game because the Bears consistently
get it because they're barely winning the game.
I didn't even notice that. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Colts to barely win this game. Pun intended now.
Hot take: Michael Pittman, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's not a hot take. He just had a slow start.
No, my hot take that he's gonna get a touchdown.
I know.
That's my hot take.
You said 2 touchdowns. I know.
Yeah, I'm saying 2 touchdowns against this defense. He gets barely any red zone targets, but I feel like he'll get them this week.
I don't know.
Either that or Alec Pierce just goes off again.
I see him having the yards, but I don't know about the 2 touchdowns. I hope he does. I don't have any fantasy teams, but I'm rooting for him in general.
Good man. Next game, Chargers versus Steelers.
Give me the Steelers. They keep winning games.
Steelers, yeah.
I know the Chargers are also 2-0.
Steelers just find a way to win.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying since week 1. Clown me for picking the Steelers over the Falcons.
To be fair, that was the week Kirko did bad. It was his first game with the new team.
The Steelers made him play bad.
Nah.
Yeah.
And plus, it's the Chargers.
2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. That's the Steelers defense at doing its finest work. Either way, the Chargers are just pretenders. They're not a real undefeated team.
No one really like rates them that high though.
That's my point. Give me the Steelers to win by a touchdown.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Next up, the Dolphins versus the Seahawks.
Good call. Give me the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with the Skylar Thompson legacy game. Jalen Ramsey interceptions.
No.
Everything. No, just no.
No.
All right.
No.
Let me put this into.
No. Just no.
Skylar Thompson in the past has shown flashes of potential. Just go back and watch the playoff game versus the Dolphins and the Bills. I think it was 2 years ago, not this last season, the one before. He was showing flashes of potential then. That means he should have improved without that time frame. He just wasn't ready to go in for Tua last week. I think he could do really well.
You should always be ready.
Okay, I'm saying that's not my point. Like, he wasn't specific with the game plan. He wasn't, obviously, Tua was projected and should have played that entire game.
But I mean, he's getting Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill to throw the ball to.
Okay, exactly. This week with time to prepare for it, I think he could have a great week. I'm not judging him based off the last quarter and change.
So you're projecting him to be the starter until Tua comes back?
Yeah.
Over Huntley?
Over Huntley.
Nah, but the Seahawks are gonna eat. Like, who's gonna guard DK Metcalf?
Jalen Ramsey.
Who's gonna guard Najigba?
Javon Holland. Is that Koku? Honestly,
What about Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett isn't a deep threat. He's just a slot, and we
all know Tyler Lockett randomly goes for like 50 fantasy points.
Today is not the day.
Don't you mean tomorrow?
Oh my God,
Mr. Yano!
This is why he hates you.
Okay, yeah. So I think the Seahawks will win by a good 2 touchdowns.
Give me the Dolphins to win by 6.
Nah.
Next up, give me the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders.
They're playing a team that doesn't exist and I refuse to name.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just skip that one, I guess. Okay, boom. Okay, the battle of the injured teams, the Rams versus the 49ers. The hospitalized game. I'll take the 49ers.
Yeah, I guess you have to.
They have like
the battle. Honestly, there's no world where the Rams win this because they have the better running back. And that's questionable.
The Rams have the better running back?
Kyron Williams is better than Jordan Mason. Through 2 weeks, he hasn't been, but overall, he
Jordan.
Okay, how long can the Black Christian McCaffrey keep this up?
A lot.
Is that what we're thinking?
Yes.
The thing is, he's been getting 29 attempts per game.
And he's been getting 100.
Kyron doesn't get that many attempts normally.
Yeah, because
he gets that 14, 15. Now with the entire the entire wide receiver core injured, he's gonna get a lot of more touches, and he's probably gonna do better than Jordan Mason in this game.
He's literally built like Deuce Vaughn's big brother. Like, if he gets that many attempts, he's not gonna survive it. He's like how tall? Like 5'9", 5'10"?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
The games that he did get a lot of attempts last season, he did amazing. He only got injured once for like 3 weeks.
Because he actually had a solid offensive line.
Yeah, and now everybody's injured. That's right.
So I'm taking
hospitalized. It's like
I'm taking the 49ers. Ayuk's going to have like...
You know what, bro? I'm taking the 49ers off the fact that Trent Williams is going to be the X factor.
I'm taking the 49ers because they're the 49ers. They're just like the mini Patriots. What?
No comment.
No comment?
This is getting too long. We gotta keep this rolling.
Okay.
Give me the Lions versus the Cardinals.
You didn't even like say the game. Okay.
I said versus. I'm taking the Lions against the Cardinals.
This pains me because these are two of like my favorite teams.
That's my eye.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm taking the Cardinals.
They had a great game against the Bills until they reached the second half. They just put up 44 on the Rams. Although hospitalized, they did put up 44.
Yeah.
Like I said, it doesn't matter who you're putting 44 against. That momentum carries over to the next game.
The only problem with choosing the Cardinals is I don't know how they're gonna stop like Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra,
That's the thing.
Sam Laporta.
I value momentum, but at the same time, when you can't stop all these weapons, it's hard. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff scrambling abilities. Yeah, give me the Lions.
I'm choking up. Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals because I love the Marvin Harrison Kyler Murray connection. Now that he values his existence now, yeah, I'll take the Cardinals over the Lions.
Fair enough. Next up is the Ravens versus the Cowboys.
Who you got? Is this the game of the week? Would this be the game of the week? What game is better?
Let's see. What?
Eagles Saints?
Eagles Saints is the game of the week, yeah.
Okay. But still, Plot Armor Boys versus Ravens.
Who you got? I don't think this is that difficult. Give me the Ravens to pick up the first win of the season.
No, I'll take Plot Armor Boys.
You take Plot Armor Boys?
Yeah.
I think the Ravens are going to pick up their first win of the season, 0-2, but they really shouldn't be.
They should honestly be 3-0 if they beat the Cowboys.
I don't know how they lost to the Raiders still. Just bad decision making.
That was a terrible choke job. They were up by 10.
Yeah. It was, and losing to the Chiefs doesn't really mean much. We don't think they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. We just think they're going to be a playoff contender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Ravens to win by 10 points.
10 points? No. Cowboys by a touchdown. So 21.
So basically, I'm right. All right, moving on. Moving on, the Chiefs versus the Falcons.
Do I do it? Do I take Kirko?
I was thinking about taking
Kirko. Take Kirko!
Kirko! I really want to pick the Chiefs.
No, I don't.
Because
I definitely
because I need Mr. Steele to go absolutely insane. I had to pick him up because my entire team is injured. But other than that, I like the Falcons overall.
Oh yeah.
The momentum isn't there for the Chiefs. They lost to the Bengals. It says they won, but they really lost. We were talking about earlier. It was a gifted win. Momentum is against them. The Falcons just had the biggest win they could have had. They beat the Eagles. We were saying, or at least I was, that we're going to have a potential 15-2 season.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Drake London, if he finds his footing like he did last week, who's going to contain him?
Yeah. And then Bijan Robinson. Not to mention Daryl Mooney if he starts playing like he did last week.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts. Potential guard.
No. I despise that man. Just based on his fantasy performances, I despise that man.
At the same time, he has a lot of potential. That's my point.
He's had potential for the past 3 years.
I mean, big game potential.
What big game potential?
When he scores a touchdown.
That's his big game.
He already has a touchdown this season.
Oh, I would not bank on.
All right. Next up, the Bills versus the Jaguars.
Call me crazy, but I'm going to choose the Bills.
I think that's the common answer.
The common answer?
Give me the Bills as well. 31-20.
31-20. I think it'll be higher scoring than that.
Real quick.
Maybe 3 touchdown game. James Cook is gonna cook. Get his 1-2 touchdowns. Josh Allen's gonna cook.
You said it's gonna be 1 touchdown game?
No, 3 touchdown game.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a big blowout. Yeah.
I think the Jaguars can still put together a good game to a certain extent. So just give me 31-20. 11-point game.
Who's Trevor Lawrence gonna pass to?
Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas? Who's Brian
Thomas?
You said Thomas. You wanna roll back the clip? You wanna roll the clip?
Let's roll back the clip.
Brian Thomas.
Yeah, so you saw he said Thomas.
I said Thomas.
Who's he gonna pass to? Brian Thomas. That's it.
Okay, Christian Kirk is finally gonna do good. Hopefully.
No.
I had to start him.
That's the Kirk I don't believe in.
That's the Kirk you don't believe in?
Yeah, that's the Kirk I don't
That's
believe
the Kirk that's gonna give me 20 fantasy points this week.
No shot.
Prime Tyler Lockett numbers.
Didn't you just say you would trade him for Brock Purdy and it would be an upgrade?
Yeah, through the first 2 weeks.
He's been dog.
And Patrick Mahomes has been dog in fantasy for the first 2
But
weeks.
we all know he's gonna bounce back though. It's Patrick.
Yeah, I'm starting Baker Mayfield this week over Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, that's not a hot take though. It's literally the best team in the NFL.
They are not the best team in the NFL.
Who's over them?
The Chiefs. Let's just start there. The Eagles are better. I don't care that they lost to the Falcons. The Eagles are better.
Okay.
They probably are better than the Ravens.
How do we end up talking about different teams? That's how irrelevant this game is.
And let's talk about irrelevancy. The Commanders
versus
the Bengals 0-2 versus I think 1-1 because they didn't score a touchdown yet. Won a game. Can't get over that. Let me get the Bengals.
Hot take, Commanders. I think the Commanders.
You think the Commanders are gonna get this one?
Yeah. But hopefully Jamar Chase scores a touchdown because I have
T. Higgins is, I think, questionable now.
Yeah. He'll definitely come back by next week.
There's somebody else that was injured that's questionable to come back on that team. Jamar Chase is fully healthy now. I'm sorry, that is not questionable. He's fully healthy now. He's not, I might not play good because I'm like half injured. He's fully healthy now. So they have the two best receivers back. Not to mention Mike Gesicki is having a great season so far. No, I'm so serious. In week 1, he should have had a touchdown.
He's had a great week. He should have had a touchdown.
No, he should have had a touchdown. They just counted against him.
So that's just a stat.
And then week 2,
should have had a touchdown.
And week 2, he had 18 fantasy points with a touchdown and 9 targets.
Nah, I don't. He's not a top 10 tight end in the league.
I'm starting him this week in fantasy too.
That's why your team is 0-2.
And last but not least, we're going to go to week 4, Thursday Night Football, since we won't be here for that next week. Between the Cowboys, once again, the Giants.
Why is this game on primetime? Why?
New York franchise, big franchise versus the team that the NFL glazes the most.
This is not a primetime game. The plot armors is going to absolutely annihilate the Giants.
Give me the Cowboys. Let's say 38-3.
38-3? I'll say 40-3.
2-0.
Nah, it's a 3. Nah.
There's not much to say there. Cowboys should not be losing this game.
If they lose to the Giants, they should consider selling the franchise.
They should consider not paying Dak Prescott the most amount of money.
I mean, he's got the contract already, so you can't really do anything.
That'll be all for this week's episode. Make sure to tune in next week for 2 episodes. 1 MMA, 1 NFL.
Yeah.
And you have a good rest of your week.